So how do you decide which RFPs you're going to pursue?
There was
Is it a certain geographic? Is it a certain, like, you like working with a certain municipality? You say, yeah, I love working with them. Let me pursue their work. How do you decide which RFP, request for proposals, you're going to pursue?
There was a time where I used to go, but everything and anything that I felt that I could do.
Right.
No, I don't do that anymore. I go to the things that are worth my time. Because one thing I have learned is other than yourself, nobody values your time. So if I come across to someone as I am on a Groupon, I can never get out of that Groupon list because I've already offered myself as being cheap.
Right.
And why pay full price when you can have a coupon?
Right. Great point.
Why?
Great point.
So, but there is such a thing as I can not afford you, and that's okay. We can still have a relationship. You just can't afford me. And when you can, we can have a talk. Does that mean that I'm going to have to stay without a few projects for a while? Yeah, maybe. But the ones that I would have would be a mutual, valuable experience where you value what I have to offer and you value my time, and I value what you have to offer and your time and your experience. And we both come together as a team. Not that you're using my credentials and you choose that you're going to, I'm worth 3%.
Right.
That's not why I decided to go into business.
So how do you make that introduction to a company you want to work for? What are some of your approaches and strategies? Going to the networking event work? Has that worked? Can you give us an example of, and maybe most people think it takes that one initial contact and then maybe an email and woo, it'll happen. But it really does take a couple of months to really develop that interest.
And sometimes it takes
years.
Right. When I first started, there were a few people that I worked with before, a few firms that I worked with before, that I knew, a few CEOs that I've worked with before, that I knew me, though they knew me as part of the government agency. And I know they know what kind of work that I can give and what I'm capable of. But when I reach out to them, nobody was available because everybody had someone they were doing business with. And a very wise woman told me, people do business with people they trust, they like, and
Miss Ann McNeil says that all the time. She's absolutely right.
Yes. And I had to develop that. And it takes time to develop the trust. And to be likable to someone who never seen you before.
Right. And they need to know that you're genuine in trying to build a relationship. It's not just about, there's a project coming up and you want to be that firm.
Exactly.
Understood.
And when I first started, I was everywhere because I was the business development, the marketer, the networking, and now I don't attend so many events, and I attend the ones that I think I do more of a network with a purpose,
right?
Than I do just plain network.
So it's more targeted.
Exactly. And one of the things that I didn't realize also is, when you go into different events and you meet different people, by the end of the day, by the end of the week, sometimes I wind up with 7-10 business cards. Each one of those CEOs, CFOs, vice president, they meet several people. That one day you met that person, they met 15 others just like you saying the exact same thing. So even when you make the initial contact, and I had to look at it in a flip way also. When you make this initial contact, there's 15 other people doing the exact same thing. So how do you stay relevant to that one person that you're trying to establish a connection with that may, and you stay in the back of your mind as, oh, wait a minute, I remember meeting that person and she does this, and this. And she told me that she was interested in doing this. And maybe sometimes it's not because they remember necessarily that you have a certification.
Right.
They remember the connection you made. So it is important, and I know that I lost many connections like that because I'm trying to chase way too many things.
Right.
And I would have that one person that I established a connection with, and then they would reply back, and I forgot or I didn't see the email because I'd get bombarded with so many things.
Wow.
So that email gets pushed down.
Wow.
And then I'm thinking the person never reached back.
Right.
And in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to overwhelm them. I don't want to look too desperate. And if I get reached back, I was the one who didn't reach back, who missed the email.
Right.